so this time, what we're looking at, of course, and what we wanted to relearn for today, learn and relearn, is about the system thinking, no, and process optimization, no. So the system thinking, no, when I was in college, no, especially since my specialist is more on IT, no, yung system design and thinking is a holistic approach, no, to a problem solving that view systems are interconnected entries rather than isolated components. So it emphasizes understanding the relationships and dynamics within a system to comprehend how changes is one part can impact the whole. No, so at its of course, system thinking encourages considering the big picture. No, recognizing patterns and identifying underlying structure and feedback loops. No, so in the context of process optimization, no, system thinking plays a critical role in analyzing workflows, operations, and organizational structure. Instead of focusing solely on individual processes of departments, it examines now how they interact and influence each other within the larger system. And this perspective allows for a deeper understanding of inefficiencies, bottlenecks, and areas for improvement. Because process optimization, on the other hand, is the systematic approach to improving processes to enhance efficiency, productivity, syempre kasama si quality, while minimizing cost and resources. Lagi naririnig sa akin yun, ano? Minimizing cost and resources with quality, ha? Dapat, ha? Quality. It involves identifying inefficiencies, analyzing root causes, and implementing changes to streamline workflows and achieve desired outcomes. Process optimization can encompass various methodologies and tools such as yung madidiscuss naman natin yan, Lean Six Sigma, Total Quality Management, yung TQM, yung 6Cs niya, and Business Process Reengineering or BPR. So to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
Mr. Joven,
Yes, go
please
ahead.
unmute po.
Hello po. Ayan, kita niyo pa rin po yung screen ko.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Thank you. Please bear with me po since I am using mobile data po currently. So let's start po. Good morning everyone. I'm going to report today is about system thinking and process optimization. So in the world of business process improvement, we look to introduce change to help businesses become the more effective, efficient, and capable. We focus on different areas of businesses, identify what needs to be adapted or rebuilt, no, and move ahead on the changes that provide the greatest benefits. System thinking and process optimization are essential concepts in improving organizational efficiency and effectiveness. Organizations are made up of different moving parts. If we view each department or function or process in isolation without considering how they interact with each other, our improvement efforts will not target the right places. No, and we will be stuck spinning in our track. So, this report explores the principle of system thinking and strategies, no, for process optimization to enhance overall performance. No, so my report contains the understanding system thinking, and next is importance of system thinking and process optimization strategies, and lastly the challenges and the my recommendations. No. So first, let's tackle the understanding system thinking. System thinking involves a paradigm shift from viewing organizations as isolated entities to recognizing them as complex systems with interconnected components. This approach emphasizes the relationships and interactions between various elements within the system, rather than focusing solely on individual parts. Key principles of system thinking includes first one is the feedback loops, which is understanding This one influence system behavior. Feedback loops can be reinforcing positive impact or the balancing, as we call them, or a negative impact, affecting sorry, system dynamic and outcomes. Identifying these loops helps in understanding the underlying causes of behavior and enables interventions to achieve desired results. Next is dynamic complexity. Systems are dynamic and complex, characterized by nonlinear relationships and emergent properties. Changes in one part of the system can have ripple effect throughout, leading to unpredictable outcomes. System thinkers recognize this complexity and strive to understand the underlying patterns and dynamics driving system behavior. And lastly, the system behavior over time. System thinking emphasizes a longitudinal perspective, which focuses on how systems evolve and adapt over time. By analyzing historical data and trends, system thinkers can identify patterns, anticipate future developments, and make informed decisions to steer the system towards desired outcomes. Next po, is the importance of system thinking, which is pivotal in modern organizational management due to several key reasons, which are the first one is enhanced problem solving. Traditional problem solving approaches often fail to address the complexity of modern challenges. No, system thinking enables a deeper understanding of interconnectedness and interdependencies within systems, leading to more comprehensive and effective problem-solving strategies. Next benefit is the holistic decision making, wherein by considering the broader systemic context, um, system thinking encourages decision makers to weigh the impacts of their actions on the entire system. This holistic perspective helps avoid narrow, short-term solutions that may inadvertently create new problems elsewhere in the system. Next is the long-term perspective. Um, System thinking emphasizes understanding system behavior over time, which is crucial for sustainable organizational success by recognizing dynamic patterns and feedback loops. Organization can anticipate future trends, mitigate risks, and proactively adapt to changing environments. Next po is yung process optimization strategies. It involves identifying inefficiencies, streamlining workflows, and maximizing resource utilization to improve overall efficiency and effectiveness. Um, Here are some key strategies. So itong key strategies na to is if you're familiar with the DMAIC from the Lean Six Sigma, which is yung define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. This is familiar to that, no? Wherein the first step is yung identify and map processes. No? So by mapping out the existing processes to gain a comprehensive understanding of workflow, inputs, outputs, and decision points, visualization tools such as flowcharts or process diagrams can help identify bottlenecks, redundancies, and opportunities for improvement. Next step is the analyzing data and metrics. Utilizing data-driven insights to identify areas of improvement and measure performance. Best example rito is yung KPI or yung key performance indicators, no? Such as cycle time, throughput, error rates, and customer satisfaction scores, no? Which can provide valuable insights into process efficiency and effectiveness. Analyzing these trends and patterns in data can help pinpoint the root cause po ng efficiencies and prioritize optimization efforts. Next step po is yung streamline workflow, no? Wherein once efficiencies are identified, focus on streamlining workflow by eliminating unnecessary steps or maybe automating repetitive tasks and optimizing resource allocation. This may also involve redesigning processes, reassigning roles and responsibilities, or implementing new technologies to streamline operations and reduce manual effort. Next is wherein yung implement yung solutions, no? Or yung continuous improvement. Wherein fostering a culture of continuous improvement by encouraging employees to identify and implement process improvements on an ongoing basis. Implementing mechanisms such as suggestion programs, Kaizen events, or agile methodologies can empower teams to experiment with new ideas, learn from failures, of course, and continuously iterate towards higher levels of performance. Lastly is utilize technology, wherein leveraging technology solutions to automate manual tasks, improve data accuracy, and enhance collaboration. Workflow management systems, enterprise resource planning, software, and robotic process automation tools can streamline processes, also reduce cycle times, and increase productivity. Additionally, advanced analytics and predictive modeling can help identify optimization opportunities and inform decision making. By adapting this process optimization strategies, organizations can enhance efficiency, reduce costs, and improve the overall quality of products and services. However, it is important to approach process optimization as an ongoing journey rather than one-time initiative, no? So, para siyang cycle rather than a linear or project or term project yung may duration lang, no? Rather than continuous monitoring performance, soliciting feedback, and adapting to changing business needs and market conditions. Uh, Next po is yung challenges and recommendation. No? System thinking involves challenges and recommendations po. First challenges is yung resistance to change ng mga tao. Or overcoming organizational inertia and resistance to new approaches. Next nga is yung complexity. So medyo kung mas mahirap to sa mga current na workforce natin or sa mga factors na nag-ooperate nung process natin. So managing complexity within systems and ensuring changes do not create unintended consequences. And lastly is yung resource constraints, wherein balancing the need for optimization with available resources and budgetary constraints. So recommendations. First one is you should promote systems thinking innovation, wherein organizations should invest in training programs and workshops to cultivate a systemic mindset among employees at all levels. By providing education on system thinking principles and techniques, employees can develop the analytical skills and perspective needed to identify and address complex organizational changes. Next recommendation is to encourage cross-functional collaboration. Collaboration across departments and disciplines is essential for understanding and optimizing complex systems. Encouraging cross-functional systems to work together on system-wide initiatives promotes knowledge sharing, creativity, and innovation, leading to more effective solutions and outcomes, of course. And lastly is yung embracing agile and iterative approaches. So given the dynamic and uncertain nature of complex systems, organizations should embrace agile and iterative approaches to system optimization. Because by adopting a mindset of continuous improvement and adaptations, organizations can respond and more effectively to changes and uncertainties, iterate on solutions, and drive ongoing optimization and innovation. So to conclude, system thinking and process optimization are indispensable tools for organizations seeking to thrive in today's complex and dynamic business landscape. No? By adapting a systemic mindset, leveraging process optimization strategies, and addressing associated challenges, organizations can enhance efficiency, resilience, and competitiveness in the long run. So that's all po for my report. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Again, in applying system thinking to process optimization, no, organization can gain insights into the complex interaction between people, technology, and workflows. No? And this enables them to identify not only the symptoms of inefficiencies, but also their underlying causes. Let's say, for example, no, a bottleneck no, in a manufacturing process may stem from a lack of communication between departments rather than just a technical issues. System thinking helps in anticipating the potential impacts of process change no, across the entire system. So it allows organizations to consider both short-term gains and long-term consequences, ensuring sustainable improvement. So the holistic approach fosters a culture of continuous improvement where teams collaborate to optimize processes iteratively. System thinking encourage breaking down silos and promoting cross-functional collaboration involving stakeholders from different areas of organization so organizations can gain diverse perspectives and insights into process challenges. So this interdisciplinary approach foster innovation and foster a shared understanding of the interconnectedness of the processes. Now, so therefore, again, system thinking and process optimization are intertwined concepts that enable organizations to tackle complex challenges and drive sustainable improvements. So, system thinking provides a holistic framework for understanding the dynamic of systems. Now, while process optimization offers practical methodologies for improving efficiency and effectiveness. Together, they empower organizations to optimize processes. It can enhance performance and adapt to changing environments effectively. So I think that's it for topic number 2.